So, out of our top 10 list, our 10th best game is Resident Evil 2. It's one of the best games in the horror survival genre. It stays true to its original and it's one of the best remakes ever. And it's in similar many ways to Resident Evil 4, the gameplay. This has so much better graphics, and the developers have remade this game in the best way possible. So this game has a storyline, like two different storylines depending on which characters you play with first. You have Leon and Claire. Like if you play as Leon first, Claire will have a different ending, and if you play as Claire first, Leon will have a different ending. So this game actually gives you a lot of options and to what to do and really test your skills. And then there are also other different modes which you can try out, and just keeps you like wanting to play the game again and again. So you can't go wrong with this game. It's one of the best games in PlayStation 4 right now. And number 9, we have Gran Turismo Sport. And this is the only racing game on this list. And it's one of the best driving simulators. And if you want the real driving experience, I know arcade games are so much more fun, but this is as real as it gets on a gaming console or a PC. So it has an awesome collection of cars and tracks all around the world, and it has amazing. The driving dynamics are just so good. And if you have a PlayStation racing wheel, it just makes it experience so much more better. And this game has frequent updates. They updated with newer racetracks and newer vehicles, so it keeps it so much more fun. And yeah, you have normal cars, you have race cars, and that just keeps it so colorful and fruitful. And you have the Nürburgring. It's the only place where you get to play that. And we have number 8, the last entry of the Batman Arkham series, Batman Arkham Knight. This is an epic conclusion to the Batman Arkham series. It's not the best game in the series, but it gives Batman fans an amazing treat. And it has a very good story even after Joker's death, and it has improved gaming mechanics, and obviously you have the Batmobile, which all comic book fans love, and it gives a fitting end to the Arkham series, and it's so joyful to play, and even a second time. Number 7, we have The Witcher 3. This game, um, probably by some others' opinion, should be even higher on this list, but yeah, we found other games to be a bit more fun to play. And this has a really vast open world, and it has a very long main story too, and there's a lot of side quests. And also the DLC content for this game is like even longer than many other games. So it has a lot of character involvement. Like you can actually develop a character. You can get, like, it's a game which you feel connected to with the character, and it makes it so much more fun to play. And our sixth game in the entry is Spider-Man, exclusively on PS4. This is one of the best Spider-Man, if like sorry, it is the best Spider-Man game ever. Period. And what's the last time I felt so good playing a Spider-Man game was Spider-Man 2, and the games after that actually couldn't live up to that, because even if you just look at the swinging mechanics, that game was unmatched until this game, and beat that, I would say. The combat is so much better. It's similar to the Batman Arkham series combat, and even the story in this, how a different taste of Peter Parker that you get is so much more nice. And there are other characters too that you can play with in this game. This game is actually really so much fun, and the DLC content too is pretty nice. And now in number 5, we have The Last of Us. And this is not a game that was released in the PlayStation 4. It was remastered. It was actually originally released in the PlayStation 3. And this is, I think, one of the best games ever. It has an amazing story, and which really immerses you in the journey of Joel and Ellie. And the character development of these two characters is so much nice. Like, they meet each other at the beginning of the game. By the end, they are like father and daughter. So the bonding between the characters, from between these two and the other characters in this game, is so much nice, and the gameplay is really good. Um, this is also what probably one of the nicest games, like in a survival horror genre. So and also it's a very nice DLC. Our fourth entry, Horizon Zero Dawn. It is an epic post-apocalyptic world that this game offers, and it's different to other games in a way that yeah, you don't fight people or things in this. It's mostly robots. um, so it's a very different taste of this game. It's challenging to play. It has nice combat, and there are different types of things you can do. You have different types of skills, and the storyline is also amazing on her journey, Aloy's journey. So it's really, really nice and fun to play. And number 3, we have the last of the Uncharted series, Uncharted 4. This is the final chapter of Drake's journey. We've all been there from Uncharted 1, 2, 3, from the PlayStation 3, and they released this final game, the PS4. And I have to say, it's one heck of a game. The graphics in this game is just otherworldly. It's so stunning. It's so beautiful too. I don't want to give too many spoilers, but this is a bidding farewell to Nathan Drake. And you're gonna have so much fun playing this. So, in number 2, we have Red Dead Redemption 2. And it's just so much improvements from GTA 5. I mean, okay, that game was just amazing, but this, the Wild West, man, it's so good. And the amount that Rockstar Games is invested in this game is just mind blowing. I mean, the level of detail in this game. I mean, every single action that you do, every single choice that you make has a vital impact on how this game progresses. And I'm not mainly talking about the main story, but about the character reputation. You can choose what to do. You can choose to do good, or you can choose to be a badass. So that's how this game's tone completely changes. You can choose to be a good guy, and that gains you rep and reputation. And if you choose to be a bad guy, you become an outlaw. And number 1, we have God of War. So obviously everyone guessed this has to be the number 1 game. We've all played the God of War in previous consoles, and Kratos in this is a totally different character. He's so much more matured, and mostly because he's grown up and he's now a father. So that hot-headedness in his previous titles is gone, and now he's a bit more grounded character. And the story is so good, and the gameplay, the combat style is different from the previous ones, but it's so much more fulfilling and so much more nicer. Just swinging around that axe and chopping off huge monsters is just awesome. Yeah, that's about it. It's the 10 best games in PlayStation 4 right now. Thank you for watching and subscribe for more videos.